Hello and welcome back to Watkins Glen as Seth Cole joins me once again.
Hello, hello.
This time we have Coke Vanilla Cup Series action. Gene Sanford will start on the pole, and the guy trying to go for the weekend sweep starting right alongside. We have Mayo starting alongside Devin Whitson in row 2, and the hometown boy himself, Seth Cole, will start alongside Jeffrey Buckeye, the person he turned last week.
Oh, well, there's irony.
Yeah, let's hope there's no love lost there, huh? I'm sure you apologized to him.
Yeah. Could be kind of testy getting into one there in row three.
Yeah. Um, so, what are your expectations for this race? We have 5 laps longer, and we're expecting them to maybe have less of a fuel window.
Well, basically, based on what we saw with the race yesterday, I would say for the most part, these drivers again going to rely on track position. More than likely, pit stops will come into play. You'll probably see them going with either a two-tire or a fuel-only stop in order to gain that valuable track position up ahead of where we assume the wrecks are going to happen. I mean, they could happen even up as far as the front row. But I think track position, again, here at Watkins Glen is going to be the key factor.
I would say so as well. Now, what road do you think you could be the farthest back and possibly have a shot?
Maybe row 5, but we've seen wrecks take place up as far as row 3, so I would have to say probably anywhere further up than 4th place, you got a good shot. If you're back there from 5th place on back, you're going to have your work cut out for you trying to keep your car from being involved in wrecks.
Kind of showing you the rest of the top 10 while he was saying that. As Chris Washer, Charles Sanford start alongside row 5, and it's Kyle Sosnowski and Jacob Budd row 4. Those are the only of the top 10 that we didn't mention.
Yep.
Drew Austin, a commanding 129-point lead coming into play here today. Although, then again, that's actually smaller than it was last week. It was
Yeah, it is.
it was
And Watkins Glen,
147.
I'll tell you, with past history, it can change the points up in the blink of an eye.
I can see Drew Austin back there on the inside the Sylvania car. As green flag's out, oh, this could be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, this is gonna be problems. Oh boy,
Ooh.
get off each other.
Yeah, that's you and Charles there. So far so good. Oh well, never mind.
Oh boy.
That actually doesn't look all that bad of a wreck.
No, I'm actually quite surprised that it's not worse than it is.
As Henry Sanford's back here, he has 2 wins on the season. We'll check that back out later on who's involved. We're just gonna come back up here and see if there's any shenanigans that play on in here.
The second hardest part of the track where a lot of wrecks happen right
Oh,
here.
Daniel got pushed wide. Oh! Whoa!
He can fly.
At least hop. Whoa! Seth, I think you got into Workman, but I'm not sure. Jackson somehow got into second. Wow. So Warren Cherry involved, Trevor Meacham smoking, William Duncan's involved. Um, Harrison Buckeyes got damage. I saw Sky Commons run. Oh, and Kyle Austin's got damage. And Sosnowski's on his roof. Well, a few things to take a look at now here after that. We'll take a look at what brought the first caution of the day here from Watkins Glen. And we're back. Let's see what happened here. Jeff James is right behind Warren Cherry and looks like they're stacking up in front of him. At least a little bit.
And this is just a case here of everybody not giving each other room.
Oh, there's a wreck back there.
Slide wide off this corner.
Oh, and Sam Young. Okay, so that's what happened to him. Sam gets into the. That was the 9 and then they came down to the 10. And then there's actually the separate wreck back here.
Yeah, I think the 11 car gets turned around by somebody.
It's either gonna be the 97 or 38. Someone right around here. 30 goes wide. Oh, and the 88 gets into him.
Yep.
And then the 15 turned to 0. Oh, that's how Meacham goes and gets his damage and starts smoking.
And that's one problem with off turn 1 here at Watkins Glen. You've got a steel guardrail on your left, you got a tire barrier on your right, and when they're all bunching up like that ahead of you, there's very little maneuver room to be able to get around that wreck.
Yep, and then I want to take a look at this. No wreck happened here, but I'm just wondering. Kind of like, did the 01 make contact with 29? A little, yeah. 29's able to save it, though. And then back to the 20 and the 48. This is interesting. There's actually a car in between them. It's Drew Austin. And we saw both the 20 and the 48 with damage. The 48 was on his roof.
Yep.
And the 20 had heavy hood damage. So, okay, well, now they're starting to get close together. Okay. So what happens here between the two Kyles? Kyle Austin and Kyle Sosnowski.
I've seen a lot of times when drivers, they'll get wide off this final corner. It might be the case here. Oh, no, he just got loose.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was interesting.
Ouch.
Oh, Mary Shelley. And Daniel Day.
Whoa.
Have you ever seen that happen, where a car just hits them and they'll go over?
No, I haven't. That had to have just been at just the right angle for that 48 to flip over. That's a pretty hard hit there, though, for both the 38 and the 48.
The fact that it just slid. Man. The fact that the car just slid on its roof. Did not even flip or anything.
With it being a downhill grade there, going down into turn 1, I'm surprised the 48 didn't slide further.
Yeah, kind of same there, yeah. Very interesting it didn't slide further, yeah. So with that, we'll take you back, or we'll bring you back for the green flag. Pit stops if they make them. Gene Sanford and Charles Jackson, the Dodges, lead the field here at Watkins Glen. And pit stops are happening here at Watkins Glen. Gene Sanford leading everyone down.
Yep, everybody's going to come down here. I don't think you're going to see anybody risk it and stay out, even though they would get that valuable track position, but keep in mind, this 14 laps of tire wear is going to come into play here.
Yeah, because this is only lap 2. 3, actually, now that they've crossed the line. But let's see what strategy is for these guys here at the front end of pit road.
Everybody's going to be basically...
Looks like fuel only.
Follow the leader. Oh, gas and go there for the 14, and yep, everybody's gas and going.
And so, wow, Werkman losing a couple spots on pit road. So, maybe staying a little bit longer, adjustment maybe on the 29.
Could be. I mean, they maybe were just making sure that thing was completely full of fuel in case maybe the next time a possible caution comes out, they're able to stretch it a lap longer than everybody else.
Right. Well, I don't know if there's actually a point in breaking away, because they will get the one to go here as they come down the back stretch towards the
And one thing
interval.
about this track, too, is that it is actually an easier track to save fuel on. Not as many elevation changes. So these drivers on these straightaways, sometimes they can just shut the car off and conserve fuel that way.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't conserve fuel on the S's, though. It's about the only spot on this track I probably wouldn't.
Yep.
Whoa, we had... Oh, okay, those are just... Okay, I was going to say, those are... I thought there's someone else, not the 3 and the 1. Okay. So let's see. Let's just accelerate a little bit, because I know they're getting the one to go here soon. Like I said. So, let's see. Your top 10 as they came off pit road. Gene Sanford, Charles Jackson, then Seth Cole, Jacob Budd, Elijah Workman, the top 5. Devin Whitson, Jeffrey Buckeye, Chris Washer, Charles Sanford, and Sam Young in 10th. Okay, I guess they didn't have to pull out any sheet metal or anything.
Guess not.
John McNamara is in 11th. Dylan Young, 12th. Oh, I'm so hoping he can get that top 10 today. He's the only one that does not have a top 10 finish. We continue the Roush Brigade train here with Danny Everett in 13th. Jerry Shelley ruins that in 14th. Jake Rogers 5th with Peachy Linden, Drew Austin, Jeff James, Tom Gerard, and Alex Jones rounding out the top 20.
And I also saw when you minimized out there to accelerate, Daniel Day apparently is out of the race, and the only thing we saw happen to him was he ended up wheel hopping when he overdrove the bus stop. So I don't know what happened to the one car.
Actually, he did hit the 38 after the 38 hit the 48. I did see that.
Oh, okay.
So that's what happened to Daniel. As pace car pulls off, the two Dodges lead the field down to the green flag here. Rest in peace, headphone users, if that ends up getting in there. Here comes Jackson!
That was a nicely timed pass there by Charles Jackson, and ooh, don't rub doors.
Oh, and Jacob Budd's gonna make it Dodges 1, 2, 3. Or at least try.
Oh, they're 3 wide back there. Holy cow.
And in the S's, mind you.
Holy cow. That was awfully testy going 3 wide through that area of the track.
Oh, and the caution is out. Jeff Ozzie Jr., Matt Benassi, Brendan Patterson, Tom Gerard on pit road. Sky Commons. Oh, William Duncan's got more damage. Henry Sanford. There's Alex Jones. Looks like Derrickson's got damage. Oh,
got some damage there.
Yeah, Brad Johnson, heavy damage. Buckeye had damage from the first incident, so I'm not sure if that's more damage or new damage.
I think that's just old damage, because he appears to still be up to speed.
Kyle Thomas, I don't remember him having damage. Oh, the points leader's got damage to the right side.
Uh-oh.
Patterson's coming off pit road. Maybe that was way too long to have been just a standard stop, though. Because they're having fun coming off that pit road, aren't they? Oh, and how about this? Look who's in the top 10. So Jackson leads under the caution. Now we'll have to take you back, or we'll take you back to see what happened to bring out the caution. And we're back. This happening in around the 20th position. Now you'll see the 32 and the 15 kind of stack up, and the 32 goes off course. But that's not the reason for the caution, because nothing happens there. What happens is, watch the 46 and the 09 here. And then at this point, there's just nowhere for anyone to go that's behind this.
Yeah, and there was nothing that Tom Gerard was able to do either. I mean, once you hit that steel guardrail, you basically just go where your car goes. There was nothing he could do to avoid coming back up into traffic.
Yeah. It's shocking me that the little hit that the 19 took would have caused that much damage. It didn't look like he hit him that hard. That much. Well, here's... actually, doesn't... It's not that bad of a camera angle, is it?
Nope.
Well, till that point.
It may have been the velocity of the 75. When the 75 kind of like snapped around, that may have been basically the 75 that caused the damage more than the 19 running into the 75.
19 ran into the 09. What that doesn't explain is why Patterson was on pit road. It really doesn't. Oh, well, I think that's where the 6 and 25 get a lot of damage.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, this could have been interesting right here. I guess that was it that happened during this caution. So, Yeah, that was old damage on the Buckeye machine, and now we'll bring you back for the green flag here from Watkins Glen. And we're back. There will be 6 laps complete when we get the green flag. Those out of the race, we forgot to document the first wreck, so we'll document those too. Warren Cherry, Trevor Meacham, Kyle Sosnowski, Kyle Austin, Daniel Day, Mary Shelley. Then from this wreck, if I can say it, William Duncan, Matt Benassi, Jeff Ozzie Jr., Tom Gerard, Henry Sanford, and Alex Jones. With now the top 10 being Charles Jackson, Gene Sanford, Jacob Budd, Jeffrey Buckeye, Elijah Workman, Seth Cole, Devin Whitson, Chris Washer, Charles Sanford, and Dylan Young is in the top 10. Danny Everett's in 11th. Patterson is 1 lap down. McNamara is in 12th. Pichu London, Jake Rogers, Sam Young, Jerry Shelley, John Azala, Jeff James, Drew Austin, and Matt Dixon, the top 20. Well, I'll say this for Drew Austin, it's looking better for him because the 25 is running behind him, and that's the only person that's close to him. If you can call 129 points close.
Yeah, I'd say right now, at least with the fact that he's running, Drew Austin's in a good spot. It's going to be interesting here on this restart. We saw Charles Jackson make that move to the inside of Gene Sanford going down to 1. I wonder if Gene Sanford may return the favor here on this restart.
Maybe. Jacob Budd spun the tires a little bit. He's got Jeffrey Buckeye raw on his tail. Dylan Young's making a move to the inside. Oh, a little bit of a bump. I saw the 41 was able to get to the 14's bumper.
I thought Gene Sanford was going to use the bump and run there. It would have worked because the two of them had kind of split away from everybody else, but apparently either Jackson threw the block or Gene didn't feel it was time to make an evasive move like that.
Well, the other Sanford, Charles, has gone around, and the caution is out.
There was another car in the grass there going through, I think, through 3.
Oh, it's Derrickson!
Oh my goodness. Yep, the yellow car there. I couldn't tell who that was. That's the one I saw going through the grass.
Oh, the yellow car is Jack Smith in the 50.
Yep, that's who it was. Yep.
Drew Austin's got more damage now.
Top 2 in points, I think.
Top 3. Top 3. Amy Shelley as well. Sky Commons is involved.
Maybe top 3. Oh,
Derek Benassi. Yeah, top 3. 4th place in the points. Brandon Patterson's a lap down and having issues. Or having his own issues. Oh, you say not a good day to be the top of the points. As Jackson once again leads under the caution. Okay, the top burning points person who has not had any issues is Sam Young in 6th. Because Henry Sanford's out of the race in 5th. As the 5th place person in points. It really has not been a good day for those guys. Sam, watch your back.
Yeah, right now he's in a good spot.
And let's take you back, see what happened to bring out the caution. This one's starting up in the top 10.
Oh boy.
And we're back, and I don't think Sanford's going to be inviting any Roush drivers to any parties here soon, because watch what Danny Everett does here.
I don't think so, no.
Danny Everett's going to get into him here a little bit. He had all four remaining Roush drivers here, although Sanford went a little wide. It's not all Everett's fault, but Everett didn't give him
Everett gave him the bump, but Sanford got loose and was trying to hang on to it, came down into the left front of the 99, so Everett did a bump and run, just Sanford wasn't able to hang on to it.
Well, Everett also didn't give him a lot of room either coming up there.
Good point.
Oh, there, Jack Smith gets into Derrickson. That's what happened here. Oh, well, and he made sure he's going to get his rival here. Oh.
Okay, so he collects the 33, the driver's running down in points, and then the 12, who's trying to run down him in points, gets into it. They all hit each other.
Hey, that works perfectly, right? If you're going to wreck out, at least try and make sure to hinder your competitor's chances there, right?
Oh my goodness, exactly.
And Buckeye's done a good job at missing these since he's gotten damage. That's like the second wreck he's been by that he missed.
Wow.
So quite a lot going on there. Jackson still leads, though. Halfway home here from Watkins Glen. And we're back. Not that many people retiring in that incident. Only Benassi, or Derek Benassi, Adam Derrickson, and Brad Johnson, who wasn't even in that wreck, as far as I could tell.
Yeah, I didn't see Brad Johnson get involved at all. That might have been just maybe that his car was too damaged and off the pace, and they decided no sense of running laps, just might as well take it to the garage area, because we know he had gotten involved in a previous incident, but not anything, at least for this caution flag.
Yeah, and he definitely was missing the hood on the car. But your top 10 as they're getting ready to come to the green flag: Charles Jackson, Gene Sanford, Jacob Budd, Jeffrey Buckeye, Elijah Workman, Seth Cole, Devin Whitson, Dylan Young, Chris Washer, and John McNamara. Patterson, you are confusing me by being up here.
I'm actually surprised too, because you think that maybe they'd mandate the 17 have to go back to the longest line, but he has been up to speed though on these restarts, so he's not causing much trouble for these lead lap machines.
Very true. The thing that's surprising me a little bit is the fact of the top 3 all being Dodges so far, or right now. As we have the restart here with 5 laps to go now. And just as I said, Buckeye's going to make sure to try and change that. So Jackson able to pull a little bit of a gap here as the caution's already out. Maybe? Or Everett, Sam Young, yeah. Interesting.
Oh man, Sam Young involved, and he was trying to work his way up through the points with a lot of drivers ahead of him having trouble, and now he's been in like...
Okay, I'm not even going to mention who the next highest in points is. Whoa, there's a lot of damage on McNamara's Ford.
Something.
A lot of damage now. I think he had something to do with this too.
He very well might have. He might have actually run into the back of his teammate in the 99, maybe. I don't know.
Well, he would have had to have cleared the 17 to have done that, so maybe, though. Although I thought the teammate in front of him was Dylan Young. And then look at this, though. Look at who is trying to work his way up. I think that's about for a spot in the top 5, maybe. See where he crossed the line. Or not. Maybe it was just Workman fell back to him. Interesting now. We get to try and figure out who got into who to start this one, I guess. And we're back. This one was a very interesting wreck, to say the least. Watch what happens. We were thinking maybe McNamara got into his teammate, but it's not really to start the wreck. Look at that. Sam Young just jacked up the 99 of Danny Everett. And it's kind of as a way of stacking up the field. Watch how far in front of it starts. It actually starts up here with McNamara in 10th. And by the time it gets back here, it's just, there's nothing Sam could have really done. Just gets up underneath and around they go. And guys behind him getting damaged as well, including Jeff James in the Napa 15. Man, it's been a rough season for that 15 though. To say the least. Just nothing going his way yet, or so far. In fact, even missing those 2 races, but we'll bring you back for the restart here. Should be an interesting one. I think it'll be the final restart of the day here from Watkins Glen. I pressed the button as well. And we're back. Charles Jackson leads as it will be a green, white, checkered finish. If caution comes out, the race will end. Gene Sanford is in 2nd. Jeffrey Buckeye in 3rd. Jacob Budd 4th. Devin Whitson in 5th. Then Seth Cole, Elijah Workman, Dylan Young, Chris Washer, and Jake Rogers, your top 10. Oh man, the storylines we could have if one Dylan Young actually finishes where he is, and the same for Charles Jackson. Charles being one of 2 that has started every race and has yet to record his first win in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series.
Yep, and Gene Sanford did not make a move on him on that last restart, Charles has got to be even more on his toes here in case the 41 tries to make a move, because he's got no experience of what that 41 car might try to do to get that lead away from him. So Charles got to hang on here. And as we said during the break here, we've not run a full green flag lap yet, so Charles can just hang on, get that quick caution. He could win this thing. Here we go.
Yep. Devin Whitson makes a move on Jacob Budd there for 4th. Here we go, down into turn 1. Oh, I thought for sure she was going to try the bumper run again.
Can it work this time? Nope,
not yet. I think I just saw the caution come out. It is. It's a race back to the line now, as Workman's around. And it's between these two. Whitson got into 3rd somehow.
Wow, where did he come from?
Okay, Jackson, don't slide it. Come on.
Charles trying to block here. Gene's got only a few more turns to be able to do something.
Yep. Gene hasn't won since Indianapolis last season, so it's been a while for her. But I don't think she's going to have enough time.
2 dodges, her numbers reversed. Which one's going to get it? I think Jackson's got it.
I think so too.
He's got about a car length lead now. Gene's not even within striking distance.
Nope. Charles Jackson's going to get to the caution flag first. But I'm not going to say he's going to win it, because I said that at Chicagoland, and Kyle Austin proved me wrong. He pitted under the caution on the white flag lap, and his pit stall was right at start-finish line, and he lost. I'm not going to say Charles is going to win this one yet.
Oh boy.
There's where
know that well, here's the thing. We know that Charles Jackson's pit stall with where he qualified is past the start-finish line. So even if he does have to come down and make a pit stop, we know that at least to get to his pit stall, he would have to cross the start-finish line.
That's true, but I'm still not going to say that he's going to win this one just yet. Stranger things have happened.
He could run out of fuel right now and everybody go by him and he wouldn't be able to make it to the line, so there's still that possibility.
Yeah. I almost kind of want to go back and take a look at what happened real quick, but at the same point, I don't want to miss it if anything happens here with the 14.
Exactly.
We'll recap right now the top 10 as they run if this were to stand. Charles Jackson wins, then it's Gene Sanford, Devin Whitson, Jeffrey Buckeye. Dylan Young not only records his first top 10 of the year, but his first top 5.
He picked up about 5 spots during the last 3 cautions on those restarts, so he had a strong 4 today.
Yeah, Dylan Young comes home, it's Jacob Budd in 6th. I was on Dylan Young still, that's why I said it. Seth Cole would finish 7th, Jake Rogers in 8th, Matt Dixon and Bob Johansson rounding out the top 10. Kyle Thomas, a nice comeback run here for 11th. Chris Washer, Harrison Buckeye, Danny Everett hangs on for 14th. Jerry Shelley, the points leader, Drew Austin's going to extend the gap because Amy Shelley has now retired, so he's finishing ahead of everyone that was near him. Charles Sanford, Peachy London, Jack Smith, Elijah Workman in the top 20. Sky Commons, John Azala, John McNamara, Sam Young, and Jeff James, those on the lead lap. As we come to the final couple of corners here, showing no signs of doing anything yet for that Fort Worth Dodge. It's kind of... Oh, no way! Are they all coming down?
Looks like they're indicating they're all coming down. Oh boy.
This... Wow, well that definitely would take it all out then. If everyone comes to pit road, it's definitely going to be Jackson. I don't see anyone staying out.
Man, I'm looking...
Jerry Shelley stays out, but he's too far back. There's no way. Jackson crosses the line. He wins it.
On pit road. Wow.
The most amazing... I said last week was the most amazing finish. That one might be a close second. As now, like, the entire top 10 is going to say retired on it. Or not. Wow. So there's your top 10. Oh, pretty much the entire top 10 says retired on it. Oh, that's funny. Let's figure out what happened to Workman to bring out the caution, though. As you think if Jerry Shell was any closer, he might have been able to actually pull this one out. That's quite interesting to see that pretty much everyone was coming down pit road there on the white flag lap. I'm surprised no one tried, at least. Considering it's coming down for the win. I mean, heck, the worst happens, you just run out and you have to get a tow truck back to victory lane. Oh, is my voice lagging again, Seth? That's why you're not responding or anything?
Sorry about that. Had to step away Mike's side again, but
Ah. Well, I was just saying, I was kind of surprised that no one at least tried. I mean, because there's a couple people at least that are running in the top 5 that I don't think they've recorded a win yet. And of course, with wins being all that matters to make the chase, would have been worth the gamble in my mind.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. I mean, what's the difference between coming down pit road? I think pit road speed at the Glen is something like 40, 45 miles per hour. What's the difference between doing that and coasting down the front straightaway at the start-finish line? I'm surprised that so many drivers decided they were going to come down pit road behind Jackson rather than try and risk it by coasting down to the start-finish line on the racetrack.
Well, yeah, actually, pace car speed is apparently is like slower than the pit road speed. That's about the only thing I can come up with as we took a look back at what happened with Workman. 3 wide coming off turn 1. We've seen that did not work anyway, or early in the race, so why would it have worked now? I'm pretty sure, though, this man right here, gonna say the power of Mayo helped him win today, and not gonna really worry about how he won.
No, I don't think he's gonna worry about it at all. I mean, he did a great job in those last 2 restarts to pretty much take away Gene Sanford's passing line there in turn 1. After he got around her, great defensive driving, and Charles Jackson really had a strong machine here today. And so, you know, whether he wins it on pit road or whether he wins on the racetrack, fact of the matter is Charles Jackson had a winning car.
Definitely. I think anyone pretty much that started in the top 4, I think, had a very good car here today. Dylan Young, obviously, another one. Just the fact of him being able to record his first top 5 of the year, as well as his first top 10, taking this long, I'm sure he's relieved about that. Now he can start looking forward to trying to get a win. And I'm just going to look over here, see how many people now have a win. Charles Jackson is the 17th different race winner we've had this year. Sorry, Seth, now that means you're going to have to get a second win. So congrats to Charles Jackson. For Seth Cole, I'm Gordon Fan 291. This has been the INORL Racing Uncontained. Can't wait to see what Charles might do for the victory celebration. We'll see you guys next week. We got a couple of... A moment that has been much anticipated. Charles Jackson with his first career win. Something tells me this might be the most unusual victory celebration we've seen. Oh, that is a great burnout from the 14 car. Oh! Oh, that... That's unusual. Oh, look at that! He actually... There's... That left rear tire is down. Look at that. Charles Jackson accelerating so much that he's actually flattened the left rear tire on that 14 car. He's still determined to get to victory lane, though. Oh, no. Look at the right rear. He's flying that one, too. He's lost both rear tires. But he gets to victory lane. And now he'll get to celebrate with the rest of that mayonnaise crew. Well, so congrats to Charles. And now the Coke Vanilla Cup Series will take on Zenjoltis next week. As I know I did not mention this. 3 races left to go in the chase. Or no, 4 races left. Sorry, 3 after next week. And those tracks are Zenjoltis, Bristol, California, and Richmond in that order. We'll see you guys there.